Good morning. It's just after sunrise here in Budapest and I'm at one of the most popular attractions of the city, the Fishermans Bastion, and no wonder it's so popular. Look at it, it's just gorgeous. There are so many people here who want to take some awesome photos, and that's the same reason why I'm here as well. Over the past few years, I did make some photos of Budapest that I really enjoy, and I think this is a really picturesque town with a lot of gorgeous sights. So I thought today, why not let's roam around in the city and let me show you some of my favorite photo spots. And of course, in the meantime, let's try to get some coffee, some food, and do some other fun activities. Let's go. Now, the Fisherman's Bastion is not only gorgeous because the building itself and the architecture itself is super nice looking, but also because it is an excellent vantage point. From here, you get a really cool view of the Pest side. We have the Parliament building, we also have the Basilica, but what I also really enjoy is that you can use the windows of the Fisherman's Bastion as sort of like a frame, so you can take some really cool shots if you use the windows. And if you come here, even here in the morning or during the night, for sure you can make some excellent shots. Now, just a side note, this place is indeed one of the most popular spots, and also during the day, one of the most crowded spots as well. So if you want to take some of these glorious shots, you will need some patience. However, if you do come here in the morning, you will still have crowds. Yes, there's a lot of wedding photography happening here, which is very interesting, but I'm not surprised. This is a really pretty spot. Nevertheless, even if you still have to wait a couple of minutes maybe for people to finish their photography sessions, you have a better chance taking your pictures during the early morning or perhaps during the night. When you walk around Budapest, I would highly advise to always pay attention to the little details, because sometimes you may find a miniature statue. Many of these are made by one person, Mihály Kolotku, and they have their own personal stories. This one here is the Checkered Eared Bunny. It is based on an old cartoon from the socialist era here in Hungary, and he has the monocular to look at the wonderful view of the Cambridge and the Basilica. And one of the reasons why I really like this statue is because you can use its ears as sort of like a see-through and focus on some of the items like the Cambridge or the Basilica itself. Nevertheless, if you walk around Budapest, you will find many similar statues with their own stories, and maybe one day we will make a video about them. And if you don't want to miss that, then definitely subscribe to the channel. If anyone's wondering about what is the current status of the renovation work here in the Castle District, well, as you can see, there is still quite a lot to do. Hopefully one day when this is done and completed, then we can come back here and redo our video about the Castle District. Most of the time we shoot these videos with my lovely producer, but today only I was the lone maniac to wake up so early. The sunrise was at 5:30, so I had to wake up about 3:30-ish to catch some public transport and get here. But hopefully soon I can meet up with her to have some breakfast. Anyways, these stairs are really cool because here you can have some cool shot of the Parliament, this old building with the bricks, and also the towers of the church. Parliament building is such an excellent subject, especially from the Buda side. You can take some glorious shots from the Fisherman's Bastion as you have seen it, but if you come down here to Batthyány station, the subway station, you can come down to the Danube shores, and from here you can get a really good shot dead on in the center. I can highly recommend taking the time to come here during the night, because then maybe you can take some long exposure shots, and then the Parliament building's illumination will also reflect from the Danube, and that is just gorgeous to look at. That was Franciska, one of the more popular brunch places here on the Buda side, and I really wanted to come here for a very long time to try it out. Okay, the prices are high, most of these brunch places have high prices, but the flavors and the service are just excellent. But the thing with most of these brunch places is that, in all honesty, it's really hard to eat sometimes these, you know, miraculously large sandwiches that they give you. But in the end, it was a nice experience. And now we are walking onto the Margaret Island, which is a really cool park in the middle of the Danube River. And here we won't spend so much time in the park itself, but if you do come to Budapest, I can highly advise, if the weather is good, then visit this park for a couple of chill hours and some relaxing times. I'm here because there is a place right here at the very end where maybe I can take some interesting shots, also including the Parliament. Let's go and check that out. Now that we have some excellent shots of the Parliament from afar, let's see how we can make it into a beautiful subject a little bit more up close. Now, once you arrive to the main square right in front of the Parliament, you'll face one little challenge, because one of the key features of this wonderful building is its dome, and from here you can't really see it. However, this is why I advise to just roam around the area, because on the sides, on the left and the right, you may find some flowers if you come here in the right season, and then you can use those flowers as some sort of a colorful addition to your pictures of the dome itself. But here, right in front of the Parliament itself, while you cannot take a picture of the dome, there is also a little pond here, and you can use that as a reflection of the also wonderful front side of the building. And I can highly recommend to seek that out. During the winter time there is no water, but if you come here during spring, summer and autumn, you can find the water and use the mirror. Now, another place where you can take a unique shot and also get a glimpse of the dome is if you come down here to the Memorial of Togetherness. Plus, not only you can frame your shot in a unique way, but if you time it well, you can also see the trams going in front of the Parliament. And that's just a brilliant composition, in my opinion. Here behind me you can see two other popular attractions of the city, and today we have already seen these from the top of the Buda castle itself. This here is the chain bridge, and there you have the Buda Palace. Now, normally when there are no cruise ships here, you can kind of perfectly frame the palace building in between the two middle sections of the chain bridge, and that is a really nice shot. But Even if there's a ship here, you can just walk around and take other different kinds of pictures. And what I can also highly recommend is to come here after sunset, when the sun is behind the mountain there, because then, especially if there's also some clouds, those clouds will be illuminated and the colors are just fantastic. Or alternatively, you can also come here during the night and take some gorgeous night shots. And right now you can witness my metamorphosis, because in the morning I started with a coat on. It was really cold, about 9 degrees, but this is springtime here in Hungary. Right now it's about 20 degrees, so I'm already down to my t-shirt as well. Nevertheless, we have arrived to the St. Stephens Basilica. We have seen this gorgeous building from the Buda side already, but now we are closer to it. And similarly to the Parliament, if you get too close, I think then you cannot really take some nice shots of the highlight feature of this, which is also the dome itself. However, you can walk a little bit further down the street, which is right in front of it. Then you can frame the basilica between the buildings, and you could also maybe use the fat policeman statue as like a fun addition to your picture. Now, unfortunately, there's a construction here, and this is a very popular area, so you may need to be patient. However, there is one more spot which is lesser known, and I think from there you can take an even more unique shot of this wonderful building. Let's go and check that out. And now we have arrived to Lazar utca. Now, those of you who have watched our previous videos have seen this place, but I just cannot have enough of this. You see, it's much more peaceful than the other street, and you get this really unique shot of the basilica itself. By the way, most of these spots and cafes and restaurants that we usually visit and recommend, we put those on our community map. Now, those of you who support us on a monthly basis are our community members, and thank you so much for supporting us. And if you want to also become a community member, then check out the join button down there, and then you can also get access to our map and some of the spots that we recommend, including today's photo spots, like this one as well. And now, maybe I would like to have a coffee, so let's try to see where we can get that. One of the reasons why we came all the way to Astoria just to grab a coffee is because nearby we have this courtyard. This is the Unger house, and this is not a traditional attraction. This is not super known or super popular. However, if you are a photo enthusiast or just want to take some nice shots for your Instagram, then I would highly recommend coming in here, because if you look up, it's like as if you're looking at some sort of a painting. The walls of the building itself are like the frames of the painting. And there you have the sky. If you're lucky and can capture some clouds as well, then your shots will be spectacular from here. So right now we arrived at the Liberty Bridge, which in my personal opinion is the nicest looking bridge here in Budapest, thanks to all the details and the nice green and bright color. Although my producer disagrees, she thinks the chain bridge is the better looking one. If you also have some opinions about this, maybe leave a comment below. Nevertheless, both bridges are amazing, and if you do come here, go to the tram stop, because from there you can get a nice view, dead center, and if you wait enough, trams will come and go, and then you can also put these nice yellow trams onto your photographs as well. If you want a similar shot but not here, you can also do that on the other side, right next to Gellert Thermal Spa. Then you just look in the different direction, but there you can also put some yellow trams onto your lovely pictures as well. Now, the next thing that I want to share with you is not exactly a photo spot, but it's an advice to keep an eye out for the yellow trams. because wherever you go in Budapest, if you find a yellow tram, for sure you can take awesome pictures, especially if they are one of the older vehicles. They are really classic looking and I really love them, and I also really love that they are yellow, because whatever picture you take, they will just pop. It's fantastic. And now we're gonna head to our final photo spot, and for that we will again go up high. Welcome to Gellert Hill, which is very famous for the citadel and the Statue of Liberty, both of which are under renovation at the moment. However, I would still advise coming here because there are so many viewing spots where you can get some excellent view of the Pest side and the Buda side. Now this one for me is kind of special because one of our first videos that we have ever made for this channel, we came here with my dear friend Marci for the sunrise, and then this place was just gorgeous and we took a really nice shot that I really cherish until this day. So if you want to come here, I would also recommend trying to come when the sun is rising or maybe at the time of sunset. So these were my favorite photo spots here in Budapest, but what about you? Which one of these did you enjoy the most, or which are your personal favorites that I have missed from this video? Tell us in the comments below, and also if you support us with a like, we really appreciate that, and if you don't want to miss our future content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys in our future videos. Bye!